Welcome to Daily Papers.
The podcast where we break down the latest fascinating research papers into something you can actually understand.
Have you ever seen one of those AI videos where a historical photo, like Abraham Lincoln, seems to come to life and start talking?
Or maybe a movie dubbed into another language, but instead of the usual awkward lip movements, they match the new dialogue perfectly.
Exactly. That technology is called audio-driven video generation, and it's getting shockingly good. But for a long time, it's been a bit of an exclusive club. The best AI models were often kept secret by big companies, and they required massive supercomputers to run.
Well, a new paper called TalkVerse, Democratizing Minute-Long Audio-Driven Video Generation, is trying to change all that. It's all about opening the doors and letting everyone in on the fun.
The first and maybe biggest problem the researchers tackled was the data. To teach an AI to create a realistic video of a person talking, you need a massive library of examples. And for a long time, there just wasn't a good, large public library out there.
Right. Existing models were often trained on private, closed datasets. And the public ones? They were often a mess. Videos with bad quality, multiple people talking over each other, or worst of all, the audio wasn't synced with the video. The lips would be moving, but not in time with the words.
So, the first thing these researchers did was build the ultimate library. They call it TalkVerse. They started with an absolutely enormous mountain of video from the internet, over 60,000 hours of it.
And then they became the world's strictest librarians. They ran every single clip through a rigorous quality control pipeline. First, they chopped the videos into smaller, coherent scenes.
Then, the filtering began. Is the video high resolution and does it look good? Pass. Is it blurry or dark? Fail. Is there only one person on screen speaking clearly? Pass. A chaotic party scene? Fail.
And the most important check. Is the audio perfectly synchronized with a person's lip movements? They used an AI tool called SyncNet to measure this. If the sync was even slightly off, the clip was rejected.
After all that filtering, their 60,000-hour mountain was whittled down to about 6,300 hours of pure gold. That's still a huge amount of data. They ended up with 2.3 million high-quality video clips of single speakers with perfect lip sync.
But they didn't stop there. They also added a ton of extra information to every clip. They created what are called 2D skeletons for each person. Think of it like a high-tech stick figure that maps out the person's body, head, and hand movements in every frame.
And they wrote incredibly detailed captions describing not just the visuals, but the audio too. So a caption might say, "A woman with blonde hair wearing a blue tank top is in a room with white walls." But it would also add, "She has a clear female voice with pleasant surprise and positive emphasis."
All this extra data gives the AI so much more context to learn from. It's not just learning to match lip flops to sounds, it's learning how body language and focal tone connect to create a believable performance. And the best part, they released this entire dataset, TalkVerse, for free to the public.
Okay, so they built this incredible library. The next step was to build an AI that could learn from it. Now, you might think they'd build the biggest, most powerful AI they possibly could.
But they did something much smarter. Instead of building a gas-guzzling monster truck of a model, they built the equivalent of a sleek, hyper-efficient sports car. Their goal wasn't just performance, but accessibility.
Their model is what's known as a diffusion transformer. The way these models work is pretty magical. They start with a screen full of digital noise, basically TV static, and they are given an audio clip and a text prompt.
Guided by that audio and text, the model slowly refines that static, step by step, until a clear video emerges, almost like a sculptor carving a statue out of a block of marble.
And to generate videos that are a minute long or more, they use a clever sliding window technique. The AI generates a few seconds of video, and then to generate the next few seconds, it looks back at what it just created to make sure everything stays consistent.
This is a really important step. Without it, you can get something called drift, where the person's face or clothing slowly, weirdly morphs over the course of a long video. This sliding window keeps the person looking like themselves from start to finish.
The model also has a secret weapon, an AI director. This is a multimodal large language model. You can give it a simple text prompt like "a man at a podium," then the director looks at a reference photo of the man and listens to the audio, and it automatically writes a much more detailed script for the video-generating AI to follow.
So, a man at a podium might become a man in a three-piece suit stands at a wooden podium, speaking in a calm, deliberate manner. This helps make the final video much more coherent and stylistically consistent.
So, how does this efficient sports car stack up against the giant monster trucks? Amazingly well. The paper shows that their model, which is much smaller, produces video quality and lip sync that is comparable to a state-of-the-art model that is 10 times more expensive and slower to run.
And it opens up some incredible applications. One they highlight is zero-shot video dubbing. This means you can take a video of someone speaking English, feed the model an audio track of the same speech translated into Japanese, and it will generate a new video where the person appears to be naturally speaking Japanese with perfectly matched lip movements.
And it can do this zero shot, which means it doesn't need any special training on that specific person or that language. It just works.
And that really brings us to the core message of this paper. The word democratizing in the title is key. By releasing this massive public TalkVerse dataset and by creating a powerful but efficient model and sharing the recipe to build it, the researchers are lowering the barrier to entry.
Exactly. Now, a university student, a researcher at a smaller institution, or a tiny startup can download this data and code and start experimenting. They don't need access to a secret corporate dataset or a billion-dollar supercomputer.
It fosters fair, reproducible comparison between different methods and pushes the whole field forward, not just the research happening behind the closed doors of a few tech giants.
So, a massive public library of talking videos and a lean, mean video generating machine. The TalkVerse project is a huge step towards a more open and accessible future for AI video generation.
And that's all we have time for today on Daily Papers. Join us next time when we decipher another piece of cutting-edge research.